Hi, I'm Monty.
And I'm Boo.
And welcome to another episode of Boo's Pudding. But this is a special episode. You know why? It's Valentine's Day special. And that was my segment. Valentine's Day. And we're doing Valentine's Day under $35. Yes. You cannot beat this meal. So we are doing steaks, right? Scalloped potatoes and string beans, everybody's favorite. So if you like what we're about to make, like, comment, subscribe. Scallop creamy garlic potatoes. So, first thing, you need 1.5 cups of milk. You're going to use 1 tablespoon of garlic salt, 1/2 tablespoon of smoked paprika. This is actually optional, so it's more for the coloring, but you do get a good flavor as well. You're also going to use 2 cups of mild cheddar. The cheese, I like mild cheddar. Some people like sharp. It's really about your taste buds. 4 thinly sliced potatoes. Making sure they're like similar in the size so they can cook evenly in your pot. You're gonna have 3 tablespoons of butter, 3 tablespoons of flour for the roux, and that's it. Okay, so first things first, we're gonna add the butter and the flour, put it in the pot together. Thanks, sis. Coming in the clutch. Alright. And you're going to let the butter just melt in with the flour until it forms like this nice little paste. Okay, so that's the first thing. Alright, so we have like this nice little paste that's forming. You see that? And this is what's going to thicken the sauce that we're making. Okay, so you want to make sure it's well blended. It cooks for a little bit. Alright, once you have that, now we're going to add our milk, which is the 1.5 cups. Alright, and I'm going to switch it up. Go to my whisk. Make sure I get all that stuff right there. Then also we're going to start adding our seasoning. So we're going to season up everything that's in the saucepan. So we're going to add our garlic salt.
Paprika.
It's about 1/2 tablespoon of paprika.
I ain't got that.
But you know.
This is what we do.
This is what we do. Yeah, we do what we want to do. It smells so good. But you're going to measure this. If it's your first time, and then after that, you kind of get used to what the coloring should be. Okay. This looks so good. Alright. Once this is well blended, you want to add your cheese. You want to add the full 2 cups. Alright, so my sister she's greasing the baking pan. I can see that this is starting to thicken up, right? My sauce is starting to thicken up. So I'm only going to add, now I'm going to cut the heat off. So it's 2 cups of cheddar cheese. However, I'm adding just 1 cup to the sauce. And we're going to use the rest to top off and add between our layers of our scalloped potatoes. And I turned off the heat because you do not want the cheese to burn. So the first layer will be a layer of potatoes. Okay, so, ooh, our cheese sauce looks amazing.
It does.
Got a shot of that? All right, so you're gonna put, do a couple more. Yeah,
Okay.
do a couple more. Right, in half, okay? And then you're gonna add some of this cheese sauce over top. Okay.
Oven is on.
Oh yeah, make sure your oven's on at
350.
350, right? Okay, good. Okay, and I'm gonna spread this out so it's nice and even. Just a little bit. All right, and now you're gonna layer more potatoes.
More potatoes. More potatoes.
Yeah. And we cut up four. I mean, if you're making a bigger dish, just double everything. And because the potatoes vary in size, once you get your layer, your 2 layers, you're gonna, this is the last layer.
Okay.
Yeah, it's only 2.
Okay.
Yeah, so just throw them up in here. Yeah, but once you fill up your pan and you see that the layers are there, and you have some left over, stick them on in there, it's fine. Yeah, like that. Okay.
One more.
Alright, perfect. Okay. I know, I hate like wasting it. Whatever. You know what?
Alrighty then.
Just throw them in some kind of way. Yeah, that's good. Alright.
Fill in the cracks.
It's gonna be good. Yep, fill in the holes. Okay. Here's more of our cheese sauce. Ooh.
Nice.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be amazing. Spread it around. And then your remaining cup of cheese, I'm just gonna spread it over top of it. Ooh. All right, we love cheese, so it's gonna be nice, cheesy. Great. Yeah. And after we do this, you're gonna stick it in the oven for how long? About 25 minutes.
Yes.
But just keep eye on it because everyone's oven is a little bit different. You just don't want to burn it. All right.
You want to take the rest of that?
Oh no. Really? Okay. So now that we've sprinkled our cheese, our final layer on top, we're going to stick this in the oven for about 45 minutes to 1 hour. Just make sure that you keep an eye on it because you don't want anything to burn. And then we'll check on this. Next, we'll check on it, in about 45 minutes to an hour. Now we're about to make our steaks. Right?
Oh, yeah.
All right, so we're continuing our fest of love. What happened?
Nothing.
Did I miss something?
No, you didn't.
Okay, let me know. All right, so we're continuing our fest of love with our marinated steaks. If you saw the other video, we already marinated these earlier, so they've been marinating for about 3 hours now. Might be a little bit more than that. You can marinate them for even overnight, so you don't have to do it right away. It's just that we're hungry, so
Get the flavor in.
Yep.
Okay,
All right.
Google, stop the timer.
And we love Google. We love it because it makes our life so much easier, and that's telling us something is done. All right, so what you want to do is add a little bit of butter. I did about 2 tablespoons of butter to about 1 tablespoon of oil. You can use whatever oil you want. Olive oil, vegetable oil.
It actually depends on your steak, how thick your steak is. These are thick. So,
Yeah, these are thick. Also, we made sure that we got a good cut. So in here we have 1 porterhouse steak and 1 ribeye. We're actually making 2 porterhouse, 2 ribeyes, but we're just going to show you how we make one of each today. So, just waiting for everything to heat up. But like, wondering why it's not heating up because
we had it on earlier and then we cut it off. So
yeah, we'll just
forgive us.
We'll stick with that story.
We're good.
Yep. All right. So it's starting to heat up, but you want your pan to be nice and hot because as soon as that steak hits, you should start hearing all that sizzling, all that yumminess going on. And so, as we wait,
who would you like to talk about?
I know. What's your favorite steak sauce? What's your favorite steak sauce?
Actually, I don't care for steak sauce unless the steak is not that great. Like,
you just like to taste
just like if you have a really good steak, you really don't need steak sauce.
Yeah, that's true too.
So, but if I had to have it, I would do Heinz 57. That's just me. So,
okay. Yeah, that's interesting. No, I think you're right. Like I've been to like Peter Luger. What's the other one? Chris.
Yeah.
Right, yeah, and I've had their steaks and I really did not need a sauce. But I do like a little sauce sometimes just because.
I'll put some on the side, but really, truly, if it's a really good steak,
you don't need it.
No,
you don't. But I like A1 sauce. And I like,
well,
I
how
like
do you like
Luger sauce.
Well, how do you like the steak?
You
like it
my
medium
steak
rare or
so I
well
like
done?
It, medium well, right? That's the medium well. So it's like,
Check on the potatoes.
oh yeah, check on the potatoes. So it's like medium. I like a medium well. But sometimes people don't know what that is. Seriously, like when I go and I'm cooking it, they cook it and it's bloody. I don't like a lot of blood running on my plate. But everybody's different. What do you like?
Medium.
Medium.
Yeah.
All right. So it should be hot enough now. Do you see that? All the good juices. We're going to drop it right into the pan. You see how big this steak is? It's not that the pan is small. It's that the steak is that big. So when you look, it's nice and bubbling, it's cooking. We're actually, because these are so thick, and for us, I think it's harder to cook it all the way through on the stove. It's a lot easier for us to just brown it on the stove. We're going to sear it and then throw it in the oven to cook the rest of the way. But it is smelling some kind of good up in here. Yes. Yep. So we are letting it cook. Yeah, I love. You know what's funny? What's that place? I went to a restaurant before. I'm trying to think of the name of it, but it said on the menu that if you like your steak well done, don't order it.
Oh yeah.
Have you seen that before?
It's not good for your digestive system to have it well done.
Really? I
Yeah.
didn't know that.
That's why they don't recommend you have it well done.
Okay.
It goes through your
how long
system.
did you know this and you didn't tell me? Let you
And I'm not a steak lover. I mean, I like steak, but
take it a little
no, I don't take it any day. But yeah. So you're not supposed to. I mean, I learned that over the years. You're not supposed to have it well done.
Okay.
Yeah.
I've done well done until I met my husband. So when I met Mike, I was like, oh. And he orders his medium well.
Mm-hmm.
And, you know, I was like, okay, let me see what this is about. You know, maybe it tastes a little different. And it was tender a lot of times.
It's very tender.
Yeah, and I was just like.
But you like me, I don't really like to see the red dripping anywhere.
No.
But I don't mind seeing a little bit of red. It's so yummy.
Yeah.
Go with it.
I started getting used to it.
For a person that don't like steak, I'm getting so excited.
I know, clearly.
Yeah.
It's red. I know, we started making our fish. That is, you know, I have this thing about fish and the head on. Have you done that?
I don't eat. Let's get this straight. I do not do fish and head on. I do not.
I can't do it. I can't do
not
like
at all.
things with the head on.
Ooh.
You know?
Not even the shrimp. What do you call those shrimp?
The shrimp with the head on. That's what it is. The shrimp with the head on.
I do not.
It is disgusting.
I can't. If I see any type of eyes on my plate, I'm not gonna eat it. I can tell you that right now. Not gonna do it.
It grosses me all the way out. And I see
you.
the fish head, but I know I have friends who like they're good. If the head of the fish is on, they go all up in the head, they eat everything. You can see the whole skeletal system when they're done. Like the fish is just the perfect skeleton.
Don't like it.
No. You want to have heart. No.
I don't like it.
No. Can't eat it. No. Yeah. So let's see. Ooh, look at that.
That's getting there.
Yeah, it's getting there. I'm gonna turn this heat up a little bit because I want it to look nice and brown. And that's what the butter does. It helps it to brown. Just that we didn't have that. Now we're cooking with it. Yes. Look at that fat. So my brother-in-law was telling me today about the fat on the steak. I like fat. Michael loves fat. My husband loves fat on the steak. But I didn't realize that it also helps to, add to the tenderness of the meat. So the fat, you want it to be on the steak.
And the difference between a T-bone and a porterhouse.
I know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So this is actually a porterhouse.
Right.
Not a T-bone.
Because I called it a T-bone. I was like, what do you mean? It has a T-bone.
T-bone.
No. He's like, no, it's not. But he said on this side, it's less meat. Okay, where the porterhouse comes all the way around. And these are actually two cuts of meat.
Yeah.
2 different cuts of meat on each side of the bone. Yep. Steak 101. That's what
I know.
Yeah.
So that's great.
Yep. So we're going to sear the steak. We want it to get nice and dark. Not burnt. There's a difference. And then we're going to throw them in the oven. Look at that. All right. Woo! Yes. Sorry, I got distracted. All right. So we're like, oh, if you can see, right, it says hamon, right? Like, or I think he was saying, like, it's either hamon or like jamon.
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 No.
So.
Mine said jamon.
Yeah, mine said jamon. I was like,
get it from they sell it at Walmart.
Spanish, like, gotta put a little flair up in there. So, yeah, get it at Walmart. We're pumping this thing up. And then my niece came to visit, and she looks at it, and she actually flips the box over, and the box has the English translation, which just says ham. So this whole time, we've been making this such a big seasoning. The hamon is hilarious, right? And then we're like, oh, it's ham seasoning. So, yeah, it's pretty funny. If you're not laughing, I can't help you. It was funny story. Yeah. So with these string beans, we're doing, you missed it, 2 cans, 2 seasoning packets of the hamon. I usually do about 2 cups of water. You could throw it in there. 2 cups of water. And I do about 2 tablespoons of butter. You got butter. Grab that. Alright, 2 tablespoons of butter. And then you can salt, add a little salt, add a little pepper to taste. But that's it. And I'm telling you, this comes out amazing.
It does.
Every single time. I make it for the holidays. People are like, well, how did you make it? I'm always getting asked, how did I make it? And you cannot lose with this simple recipe. Simple. Salt and pepper.
What's that, papa?
And after you go hamon, you gotta be like, a little pepper. Dash of salt. Alright, and you let it boil. Since they're really already done, you're really just cooking it for the flavor and the seasoning to go through it. But that's it, right? Flavor and seasoning to go through. I normally let it cook for about 15 to 20 minutes, cut it off, and it's done. We are going to transfer the steaks onto a lined cookie sheet pan here to allow them to cook the rest of the way into the oven, okay, in the oven. And you don't need to cover it. You just stick them in like that, about 30 minutes.
Okay, Google.
turn the timer off. We love.
Do that in the app.
We could.
You know
Yeah.
what? What he's going to not
Two
going to do is
sisters.
keep talking.
I know. What you're not going to do, Google, is talk back. That's what you're not supposed to do. No. All right.
So you have 2 more.
Yep, we have 2 more, and then we're going to show you the finished product. Now we are plating, right? Our steak, string beans, and our yummy scallop baked potatoes. And zoom in on that. See all those layers and all that gooiness and cheese. That's a perfect plate. Perfect plate. All right. Ooh, these layers are crazy. Ooh. Alright. Oh my goodness. So we are about to join our husbands for Valentine's Day /
Date night.
date night, favorite night. I hope you enjoyed this quick and easy meal. And you're about to meet our husbands, the love of our lives. Alright. Just hit it. All right. So another important thing is that once you finish your steaks, you need to let the meat rest. You do it for about 5 minutes,
About 5 minutes.
right? And it lets all of the juices recirculate back through the meat, so that your meat is nice and tender when it's time to cut into it. Can't wait to eat this. We are closing out our episode with our loves, Ebu Pudding, and thank you for watching our show. We had a great time, had a lot of fun making this wonderful meal,
did.
right? I hope you learned a lot and that you keep watching our show. If you like what we did, like, comment, subscribe.
Yes. Leave comments. Let us know. Date night.
Yes.
It's $35. Here we are. Okay?
Yeah. And happy Valentine's Day.
Everything's better with sisters.
Yes, it is. Let's cheers it up, guys.
Cheers.
Hold on, Mike has my glass. Let's switch my glasses. All right. All right, one more time.
Okay, great.
All right. Yay. Cheers.
Cheers.